welcome back to Wild Speculations. I'm Daniel.
I'm Scott.
This week we talk about Critical Role Campaign 2, Episode 99, High Seas, High Stakes.
Yes. 5th year anniversary.
Yep.
Good episode.
Really good. Especially, I think they might have succumbed to the temptation to do something and possibly mess up the talks, but Matt had enough side stuff that didn't happen. But right off the bat, you were proven correct.
Yep.
Jester goes for Orly, Caduceus for Ford.
Well, Caduceus, he had the plan, and that was 100% Taliesin. The gentle repose to detect magic, they're digging at his chest. So he picked up on that aspect that we talked about last week.
Yep.
However, apparently nobody picked up on the other aspect we talked about last week.
Yeah.
And that was that Orly was also a target for some reason.
Yeah.
And why?
And I don't know if we will see anything come from that.
Unless something else happens later, we will not. Especially with the indefinite hiatus due to the quarantine suggestions and health and everything. I think by the time it comes back, unless something else leads them to question Orly about things, it's not going to come out.
No, I don't think so either. Unless this dragon turtle is in some way connected. Because he was nervous about the Inkclaw Reef the first time they went by it.
Don't think it is. I've been reading up on the Wild Mountain book while I'm waiting for my copy because it didn't get here before I came over to my house. But in it talks about a dragon turtle that's in the reef area and that the Plank King has struck a deal so that the dragon turtle will not go after any of his people's ships.
Mm.
So this is a known entity in the parts.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it doesn't mean that Orly doesn't know about it.
Well, Orly probably knows about the dragon turtle.
Yeah, so it could be, you didn't think to mention this?
Yeah. He's a lifelong sailor. He's the one, that's why he's the captain when they're gone.
I don't remember them getting their flag taken away.
No.
When it was from Avantika's ship?
No.
So in theory, if they were to string that up, that might end this.
Yeah.
Of course, the other possibility is they offer to pay it to go away.
But they're going to raise the flag, they're going to have to either question and have someone bring it up.
It's true.
Or, they're either going to parlay with it or attack it.
Yeah.
And since Beth is eager to use her cannons,
they're definitely going to fight it. And I think Travis is going to be disappointed. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
Because I have a lot of things to say on that. They have their first face-to-face with Dorogna.
Yes.
Who comes to investigate the bell.
Yep.
Which I think they forgot that they rung it, or that might do anything.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it was Ford that rang it.
Yeah. Jester got jealous.
Very jealous.
When he switched to Zendian and was talking with her.
Yeah.
Because afterwards she's like, were you flirting with her? She's doing all the stuff that she was kind of doing with Ford.
Yeah.
When Ford was playing Avantika.
Yeah.
So, bit of light for the Widow Jest ship.
Yeah. There was also a little bit
Forrester, with the tickling his abs.
The tickling, and he's back, kiss him on the forehead, and all of that stuff. And Ford playing into it. No, have your way with me, Go for it.
No, I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
And of course, later on, there's some with Bowen. Just.
Yeah. She also was getting upset about the spells.
She was getting very jealous of Caduceus.
Yes, but I think she was upset before the jealousy came in.
Yeah.
Because of her commune. Didn't go the way that she wanted it to go.
Yes, but it's also a throwback to when Caduceus first joined.
Yeah.
She was jealous of him healing.
Yeah. And I think she kept it in her mind, the bit of frustration, embarrassment, however you want to describe it.
Yeah.
But when she's like, I cast, and she realized she can't cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
So she settles for Healing Word for Orly.
And Sam's right there ripping her. You mean you didn't prepare Cure Wounds?
Yeah.
It's not a requirement for the cleric to be a healer.
Except for the life
Okay. Fair point.
But yes, all other clerics, it's not required.
You could argue the grave cleric as well.
Yeah. For sure.
But the rest of them, they have focuses outside of healing.
Yeah.
The cleric.
Yeah. Matt holds them and reminds them that he let them get away with it last time.
Yep.
But you guys didn't buy diamond dust.
You guys did not specifically go out and get these components. You do not have them.
Yes. And then Sam's like, well, I got this bag of green dust. He couldn't remember where they got it. The answer is...
the forge, right?
No. They got it...
on the way to the forge.
No. They got it from the goblin place.
Yeah.
In, not Asarius. What's the capital of the dynasty? Why am I drawing a blank?
Roshana.
There we go. That's where they got it.
Yeah.
Right before they lost Yasha.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Not was like, well, maybe we can use it. When they were at the forge, she was like, well, maybe we can use this dust.
That's right.
And they're like, no, it needs to be.
That's right. That's when Caduceus tested it.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking the forge, because there was that whole scene with it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Great narration.
Yes.
Of the ball coming out.
Well, great narration of the revivify with the roll.
Oh, yeah.
And the plants and the plants dying, and then it's still, the wound's kind of healing, and then it's still taking a minute for the breath to come back.
Yeah. Well, that's because he just made the DC.
Yeah, he just made the DC.
Which also means he rolled a 6. Yeah. So...
Yeah, and everybody was astounded because he's like, "That's an 11." Mercer's like, "With your modifier?" He's like, "Yep." And Laura's like, "No, wait, why? Why did you roll that low?" Like it's not a random number generator,
right?
I mean, the dice know, but
yeah. Well, the thing is, in some ways, like if he had failed that, then his gentle repose spell would have been clutch.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then they could have waited until they got back to shore to get diamonds.
Yep.
For Ray's dead.
Yep.
So, yeah. Like, in some ways, I kind of wish it had gone that way. But I think it was good the way it happened.
Yeah.
I do wonder what the DC for Orly was.
Yeah.
Because part of me thinks he's
probably
been brought back at least once before that.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
do you think Travis made a backup character?
No.
In the in between week.
No.
You don't think he even attempted to think of something?
No. Because they were still within that minute. They still had his body.
Right.
So I think...
But it's still a role. And there was a chance, and as we can see, it came very close to failing.
Yeah, but again, Matt has said that if the Revivify fails, they can attempt Raise Dead later.
Right.
So they can... And the failure there doesn't raise the DC. The success on Revivify raises the DC. But failure on it doesn't.
Okay.
So he had another chance, even if that failed. And I think that's also why Taliesin made the plan, hit him with Gentle Repose first, in case it failed. Because there's also the possibility that Matt pulls a Veth on the Revivify and Uk'otoa to represent the hold that Uk'otoa has on Ford's soul. He's not coming back.
Yeah.
So we're like, if you want him back, you take his body to my temple and you put the ball in the key.
Yeah, there was a chance of that. In which case the Gentle Repose would have been clutch.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think Travis made the backup character. I think maybe he might have thought about it a little, maybe.
I think he at least hit Matt up with the idea, gave him the pitch. He may not have fully created the character, but gave the initial pitch.
See, I don't even think he went that far. I think
if he had died, we'd have seen him come in at Traveler Con.
Oh, yeah, I have to give up my fight on this because you're probably right. Because Matt would have said the show must go on, and for it to go on, you need a character.
Mm-hmm. I like I said, I don't think he completely created the character, but I think he gave the pitch.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't going to come in this week unless he brought him in as someone from one of the other ships.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they're past the point where death is a real concern.
Mm-hmm. I think they're on the upswing of that U, but I don't think they're like at the top of that other side yet.
It's fair. But yeah. They come up with a new bedtime ritual.
Yes.
Interesting. It probably would work. But if I was a crew member on the Ball Eater, I would be like, well, why just you guys? Like, especially for Marius, like everyone's sleeping on the bottom deck. He put the alarm spell there. Why don't you put it there? If they're gonna come through here, they've got to come through there first.
Yeah.
Put it there.
We'll do that when you actually kill someone, Mary.
Yeah. She's got all of her figurines done, but my headcanon, when they made the dummy of Ford, it was all her green cloth they used.
Mm.
And it's even a similar color to Ford, so...
Yeah, it could be.
But they interrogate the dead. And I love... The elf was okay.
Yeah.
The Goliath was the worst. And then the debate leading up to the leader and Jester lying to him and getting him to reveal some stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas the others, they didn't really get any information that they couldn't already surmise.
Right.
And because the dead can lie to you, going into those series of questions with a confirmation bias in the question makes it easier for them to lie.
Yeah.
Although I don't think they lied. But yeah, and that was another case. That was another sort of reflection of the Jester Caduceus early days.
Yeah.
Dueling clerics. Because Caduceus is like, well, if you changing in there doesn't matter. I have to be the one. He's like, I can talk to the dead.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay then. Do you think Caduceus's baking was part of that, or do you think it was just because she was so trying to get Essek? And she was...
I think it had nothing to do with that. I think the dueling... I still believe the dueling clerics is all on Jester. I don't think Caduceus is intentionally vying for who's the superior cleric. He's just used to his role. These are the things I do.
No, I think he is.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's why.
Okay.
One, they now know the Traveler is not a god. And Taliesin has said that Caduceus has always kind of looked down on the deity level of the Traveler. I mean, yeah, Jester can do these things, and she's a very good person. He likes her. She's very personable.
Mm-hmm.
He recognizes she's very important for the group, but he's never really jived with the Traveler.
Right.
Plus, with the way Caduceus treats his siblings, and the way that he has been putting his foot down and has allowed himself to get closer to the Mighty Nine, especially since they fixed his aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely... And so I think his sibling rivalry feelings come out against Jester in this dueling clerics.
So your first point sold me, because it's like, no, you don't have a real god, so of course I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And I can totally buy into that. My god can beat up your god.
Yes. Your god's afraid of my god. I win. So, yeah. But that leads them to a debate about throwing the key into the volcano at TravelerCon, which means we might get our eruption after all.
Mm-hmm.
And no guarantee that
that's
it destroys it.
Destroy it, or even, I mean, could cause the eruption just to get it
to get it into the
fuck out of there, so one of his people can pick it up and free him.
Yep, that was my thought. I think the safest place for that thing is inside Caleb's amber gym, and for Caleb to never, ever open it. To get another 20 gold piece or 50 gold piece, whatever the value of the amber.
That one piece has to be at least 50.
Yeah. Get another one and use that for your in and out stuff.
Yeah. It just depends on, because I think he's got other things in there. He emptied it all out? Okay. Then yeah, that's exactly what he should do.
Oh wait, no. They have their fancy clothes in there.
So.
Yeah, that's 25 platinum worth of garb. So
if they want to use that again, he'll need to pull it out, because the spell dictates that it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
You can't pull some things out and leave some things in.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be an amazing and potentially awkward moment if they want to get in their fine clothes for Traveler Con. Caleb says the word, and all of a sudden, bloop! Yeah. Jester is also experiencing I think she's worried that everyone looks down on her or is ready to belittle her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she got really touchy when Beth was like, I'm just going to supervise you. Don't supervise me.
Yeah.
So, did you worry about the cannons? I'll worry about the wood. Teehee. But yeah, she's.
Yeah. Well, she's definitely at a place where, I mean, they're not really judging her. They're judging the traveler, but she's taking it personally. I mean, to a degree, they are judging her.
Yeah.
You believe this guy, and she's defending that, and she's defending her choice of gods.
Yeah.
But I think she's also having a bit of a crisis there. Wait, he's not a god?
For sure.
And I think part of when she goes up in the crow's nest to do her things is part of that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the third one, the scrying, how much of this is me, how much of this is him.
You think that's what that was about?
No, not necessarily. Maybe on some level, but I think that gave her the answer she wanted about it, even if it's just in her mind.
That's true.
Well, if it's in me, then I can scry on him if I want. If it's him, I can only scry on him if he lets me.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got hung up on this thing's on him.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was initially about that. I think partially, at least maybe subconsciously, yes, it was about that.
Do you think... So, Matt took away Ford's powers.
Yes. And we talked about this last week.
3 episodes?
Yes, roughly. Give or take half an episode.
Yeah. Yeah, last week you talked about how likely Do you think that little incident increases the likelihood?
No. Well, let me phrase it like this. She is not going to have her powers taken away, at least until after Traveler Con. She is the most powerful. She is the first. She is the trusted one. She is the one that knows his secret that he's turned to for help.
Here's the thing.
Until he gets that figured out, he's not taking away her powers. Because if he takes away her powers, there's a chance she's going to out him. There's a chance.
Fae are fickle.
Very, very.
And they have a week before Traveler Con still. So here's the way I see it going down. If Matt is going to do it. They face the Dragon Turtle. And when they finally take a long rest, Matt says, none of your spell slots come back.
Okay.
So, unless she completely taps in that fight, which is unlikely, she'll still have some spells that she can cast until they're all gone.
Yeah.
Because really, that scry, let's scry on the Traveler, was really an affront to our Taggin. He was not appreciative.
Yeah.
When Talks Machnia tried to do shit like that.
Yep. And here's why I think, here's my big argument for after Traveler Con.
Okay.
In campaign 1, he wanted that door. And he kept going with the door, and he kept dealing, to get that door. Especially for a Fae, he is very focused when he really wants something. He wants to figure this out. He's not going to screw over the person he's gone to for help until after that point.
No, but teaching her a lesson before that. And because
if he had not confessed that he was not a god, I would say yes before Traveler Con. But because he's confessed that and he's asking her for help and to help with the decision of what he's going to do, I'm going to say after Traveler Con, he's going to be like, well, thank you, but, just in the same vein that Veth is like, well, yes, we need this, but he's on the list to be punished.
It's fair.
I need you, but you're on the list to be punished.
Yeah. And she could just end up not being the high priestess that she wants to be.
Yeah.
Because of it.
We could see at Traveler Con the Knoll picked.
I don't think the Knoll.
Well.
I think probably
someone. I say that because he's
the only other worshiper we've
actually seen.
But the Traveler hinted that there are other people that are close
to
her power level that serve him.
Yep. I'd love to see something like either the Thorn Down Halfling or the Pallid Elf that we haven't seen in the campaign yet, but are in the Wildemount book. Be
maybe
represented there, and if he's going to do that, that would be something to do.
Although I think the Pallid Elf and stuff is going to be an Isle Cross.
Yeah, probably. But possibly the basically Druid Halfling, the Thorn Down or Thistle Down or something like that. Can't remember off the top of my head.
But yeah, but Bo, spoiling for a fight,
yes,
basically picks one with Caleb. And Caleb's like, no, like in Caleb fashion, he is focused on the task at hand.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens later, it's good to have some thoughts about it, but that doesn't matter.
Yes.
And in the meantime, we need to play patty cake with these people.
Mm-hmm.
And, straight up saying no, fuck off, is not how they're going to get their... he's not going to get what he wants at doing it that way.
Yeah.
And I think Matt presented them a potential ally in that first interaction. And then also...
Do you think Bo burned that bridge or damaged it?
Damaged, yes. But also, in a weird way, may have built one to
she
the lewdness.
She definitely didn't burn it, because the whole point of that job offer and the whole point
is to get
of
them
the
to go north.
Is to get them to go the fuck north.
Yes. Now, what I'm waiting for is for them to find out whether or not Yeza and Veth can go home.
Yeah.
Because the Empire is still doing their research into the beacons. And Yeza's trade was not part of the exchange.
Yeah.
Was it even brought up is one of my questions. And two, what was told to the Empire? Because both sides know the Mighty Nine are involved in this.
Yep.
So is it, oh yeah, we let that guy go with the Mighty Nine. And Daragna's waiting to question them until she can gauge their effectiveness and trustworthiness, which is what that job offer was all about to begin with.
Yeah. Possibly.
She wants her alchemist back.
Yeah. And
so that's what I'm worried about.
And if that happens, is she gonna ask what happened to the potion?
She doesn't have to. Her mole in the dynasty has it.
Yeah. Which
means he may have given it back.
May have.
Or he didn't mention that he has it. And because this would be the smart thing for Essek. Not tell them he's got it.
Yeah.
And basically try to tease out what they're doing. And he can use that potion to fact check whatever they tell him.
Yeah.
And also, the loose ends that he's worried about, and Bo thinks they're people. They're not. They're getting his new job to get close to the beacons.
Mm-hmm.
Or to clean up any small messes left behind.
Yeah.
In the trade.
Yeah, which...
Because... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be pretty paranoid because he's using 2 teleports a day just to keep tabs on this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going home so that I can put up a front saying that I'm there, but then I'm coming back.
Yeah. I will be seen in the area that I need to be seen in until the meeting starts, where I can get the fuck out of there. And then I will go back and make sure I am seen after the meeting.
In the space where I'm supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is also the same kind of shit that Daragna's doing.
Yeah. Except for she's not disguising herself.
Right. Well, and she may have a simulacrum as well.
Yeah.
because somebody at the assembly gave those to Pumat.
Yeah.
And Pumat seems the kind of guy that would have more dealings with the Archmage of Antiquities than any of the others.
Now, if I remember right, she is the one who got her position when it was, shall we say, vacated by Lady Briarwood. She was the assistant to Lady Briarwood who took the position when Lady Briarwood was booted when her necromancy.
Well, I think it was her and Trent that took Briarwood down.
Right, but she took over Briarwood's apprentice who took over her position.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So that in and of itself tells you the person you're dealing with. She apprenticed under Delilah Briarwood and then made a grab for power, sacrificing her.
Yeah, but, Caleb also apprenticed with Trent.
I would put this more in the category of Astrid or Wolf than Caleb. To be fair, probably Wolf. He seemed a little more. No, because
she turned Briarwood in.
Right. Well, Astrid seems to be eyeing to do
the same
thing to Trent.
And maybe that was alluded to when the Martinet said the program has changed a couple times.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because he's transferred who's in charge of it from Trent to Astrid or Ada Wolf.
Yeah. So
yeah. Jester makes another orc mask. That's creepy for the Ford dummy.
Yeah.
And we get another interaction between Caleb and Yasha. I've said it forever. I love it when the two of them interact. She asks him if he thinks that if things that happen in dreams become real often. He's like, well, it's never happened to me, but there's a lot of weird shit. Is basically what it comes down to. And then she admits that she feels steady and safe now. And Caleb's like, well, we feel safer with you. And then Matt turns the eye of Sauron onto Travis again. Travis begs him not to. And all he gets is, you have the promise of an afterlife with the Wild Mother.
Yeah.
As opposed to the highway to hell that you were on.
The gaping maw of the Leviathan.
Yes. Which is interesting, because arguably Ford hasn't done anything to atone for whatever sins he may have committed in the assisting and unlocking 2 of the 3 locks holding Uk'otoa.
I mean, the promise of something does not mean you're going to get that necessarily. It could be, you're dangling the promise of something to get them to go on this path you want them on.
Yeah.
The carrot in front of the donkey, so to speak.
Yeah.
Depending on how you use the word promise there.
That's true.
So it could very well be hey, you keep going on the path you're on, this is what waits you. Get to that redeeming, boy.
And Caleb and Bo go to pick a fight, as we've already touched on a little bit.
Empire kids.
Yeah. I think Liam's comment about it being a total victory was total sarcasm.
Yeah.
And he thinks that's going to come and blow up in their face.
Yes.
Later. And I think he is correct.
Oh, yeah. I 100% believe that.
I think the Martinet is the first one they have to take out. And they need to make more connections with King Dwindle to do that. Because having the support of the crown, at least in a post effort, like, look, Your Majesty, we understand you can't fund us, you can't support us in any way, but if we do this, it's going to help the kingdom. It will help you.
Yeah.
We need to put an end to this. Let us do this. And afterwards, don't lock us up, burn us, hang us, whatever. But I think part of Caleb and why he didn't reassure Jester when she asks, when they get back from the ship, are you going to end up like them?
Yeah.
And he doesn't say no. He doesn't even try. And I think that's because he may understand that the time travel that he wants to undo his mistake, one, may not be possible.
Mm-hmm.
But if it is possible, it may have unintended consequences that he cannot allow to come to pass. Like, because if he saves his parents, if he stops their murder, Caleb doesn't go to the asylum. He doesn't meet Not. The Mighty Nine don't form. And everything that they've done doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So I think he's on the track. I've got one thing left, and that's getting justice for my family. And that means killing Trent and anyone who supports him or protects him.
Yep.
And I'm going to die doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. He still firmly believes he is beyond redemption.
Yeah.
So.
And
it's not going to be till they deal with his backstory and the getting of Trent that's going to have a chance of changing.
Yeah, but I think Liam is right in that there probably isn't redemption for Caleb. I think Caleb genuinely believes he's going to the Nine Hells. One of them. For what he did. So I'm waiting for that to come out. Do you think Bo was right in her jest about the Martinet and the Archmage of Antiquity hate fucking?
No.
I think she might have been right.
Nope, I think...
At least in the past.
Okay, possibly they've had a relationship in the past, and that's part of why they hate each other now. But at the moment, there's just hating going on. There's no fucking.
That's fair. I love that Jester abandoned the repairs because it's boring.
Yeah.
and gets the delivery receipt on her cupcakes.
Yes. Tries to contact the quick link to no success.
Yeah. And Matt read the spell, and it conjures the being.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that it was there before.
Or after.
Yeah. Because sending has a chance to cross planes.
Yeah.
And he didn't even check.
Yeah.
So that was interesting in and of itself.
So she contacts the hag.
Yeah, I'm trying. I still don't know how to parse that response. Because part of me, the hag definitely knows that something was done.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I get out of it. The other thing I got out of it is respect. And we talked about this in the moment, that the hag could view Jester as a potential coven mate.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you actually pulled one over on me. That's not an easy thing to do.
Well, not only that, but she gave her a gift afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Like
she carried through on the promise that she made up in the trick.
Yeah. Which is all kinds of ballsy if you think about it.
Oh, yeah. Jester has the biggest balls of the Mighty Nine.
And also interesting in timing, because she's... Part of me wonders if Jester isn't potentially looking for a way out, because of the way that she's reacting to everybody. Like, I think she is assessing the ties that she has to the Mighty Nine, and like, they made her abandon her mom in their insanity. They, she almost lost her hands and got one over on this hag, which led to her deity shattering her worldview.
Yeah.
I think Jester is making some kind of calculus of, when we all started, this was great, and I was getting so much out of this, and now just everything is just turning to just shit.
Yeah.
For her. And I think she's trying to parse whether or not that's what she wants or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if... I wanted to touch on her being depressed. And that because she basically slept all day. I was like, no, I'm still tired.
Yeah.
And the smallest side about her getting sunburn, and you know how most tieflings can't get sunburn because they're resistant to fire. I don't think she would turn purple. That's the players putting, burn scan is red. Red plus blue is purple.
Right. I
think she would turn a deeper shade of blue. Which, I mean, you could make an argument that...
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're going with the color spectrum, that is on the way to purple, indigo, violet, whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. But yeah. So the last few days I've been watching a lot of Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
Especially, I restarted season 1 a long time ago. I just sort of picked it back up again. And season 1, especially in the latter half, has a lot of Kira and what the Cardassians did to Bajor.
Yeah.
And basically getting Kira over a lot of her experiences and getting her to heal. And on my rewatch, I was like, there's... In the way that Sam is playing Vet, there's a little bit of Major Kira there.
Mm.
Because she was obsessed with getting justice for the Bajorans. And Veth is sort of obsessed to the point where she's like, yeah, he helped us, he's our ally, but I'm going to punish him.
Yeah.
And Caleb, first time, is trying to sidestep that, trying to get the group to put the kibosh on that sort of thinking. And where Caduceus, in theory, should have supported him.
Yeah.
Because of the position that he took the last time they were talking about this, didn't.
Yep.
Which makes me wonder if Caduceus believes that Essex should be punished first.
Mm.
Just because, from what they have learned, he was one of the primary actors of this.
Yeah.
Also, what hasn't been discussed, which we talked about in episode 13, thereabouts, was when the war started.
Yeah, around there.
That the Mighty Nine are the ones that caused it.
Yeah.
Because they stopped the Drow and took the beacon.
Well, and, I mean, if you want to get down to brass tacks, they also took a mission for Waco to reopen a foundry to create war machines to kill civilians. That's at least assisting in a war crime. It's not a flat-out war crime. Whereas starting a war, especially unintentionally, is not a war crime.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and they reopened the prison in Hupperduke.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on in there? So yeah, there.
I mean, if you want to get down to, calling it for what it is, they're the war criminals, not Essex. At least there's a larger argument for them being war criminals than Essex.
Well, equally.
Yeah, I guess he can get nabbed for treason at this point.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily a war crime. That's just a high crime.
Yep. Yeah. But they get their peace. They manage to not get involved. Peace talks go well enough.
Yep.
And Jester's messages to the Bright Queen was too late, I think. That should have been, hey, the meeting's tomorrow. Is there anything, or, we're here, we saw it, the beacon's real, da-da-da.
Yeah.
So they may have lost some favor with the Bright Queen by not giving that preliminary. But yeah, we'll see. But the Dragon Turtle. It's a CR-17 monster. Out of the book.
Yeah.
Totally doable for them.
Yeah. Especially since they're almost two parties,
Yeah. But here's why it's not going to be a big deal. They're in a ship. The ship has a damage threshold of 20. The average attack of the claws is less than 20. The average attack of the bite is just above 20 damage.
Yeah.
You were in a fight with a dragon in a vehicle with damage threshold.
Yes. Yes.
You
I was so happy I was in that vehicle too.
But the point I'm making is, being in that vehicle changes the dynamic of that fight.
Very much so.
And the fact that they have cannon, and they're a party of 7 11th level characters.
Yeah.
Means that they could kill that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, I hope Matt presents them with the logistical problem of bringing up the horde from the bottom of the sea.
Yeah.
If they even think to go after it. But because that's always, because even if they use Widow Guest Amber, Ford's bag of holding,
they're going to need a lot of amber for that. Because each large chunk is only going to hold 500.
Yeah, which is only 30,000 coins, I think.
So. And then you got to open it, and that's just going to be a mess everywhere, all over the deck of the ship.
Yeah. So I look forward to the salvage operation. But maybe it might not be a fight, because dragon turtles are intelligent; they can be reasoned with.
Yeah.
But it could be that this dragon turtle's like, hey, fresh meat. Or it recognizes the Squall Eater.
Yeah.
And has beef with Avantika. Or, since you said that the Plank King has
an accord,
the Plank King doesn't like them either. So, yeah. So it could be a matter of, now the big danger is the breath weapon, which on average does 56 damage.
Yeah.
Which is half their hit points. So it's very likely that if they get hit with the breath weapon, which is what it's going to do, because Matt said they see the nostrils flaring.
Yeah.
So its first attack is going to be.
Yeah.
So. And also that will exceed the damage threshold of the ship. So. Yeah. It'll be an interesting fight when it happens. And depending on how it goes and how long it takes, we may not even get TravelerCon in episode 100, which is what we were saying
would happen.
Would make sense for episode 100.
And since they're doing Milestone, we did get the answer, since they did not level up at the end of last episode. They will be leveling up at the end of TravelerCon.
Yeah.
Which is what you had said, but I gave the opinion that it may be, at the end of the talks.
Yeah.
So, but we got the answer to that.
Yeah. So, no Critical Role this Thursday. No Talks Machnia tonight. Next week, we're probably going to come on and do another class build. We mentioned the Oath of Chaos a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
We'll probably tackle that.
Maybe one or two other things, depending on the time frame and whatnot.
Or maybe go through some of the Wildemount campaign book.
Go through some of that.
But yeah, we will see you guys next week.
I guess.